Flight 12 coming soon, targeting Tuesday, the 19th of the next week. That's no earlier than. Hopefully, it'll be going that day. We got boosters at the production site. We got the ship at the production site going final preparations for launch. So stay with us here. We are going to cover it all.
And here we go.
There's the W. Here's ignition.
Roger, roll, Atlantic. Doubling up.
Did he just do a Kerbal?
Back to the moon and beyond.
Put that in the big bag, you know.
Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, this sure looks like a perfect flow.
Propulsion continues to be normal.
We did have an observation.
Equalize.
343 unfolds to go.
It's orange.
Water towers can fly!
Bingo! Right in the center. Where's Jacqueline? There it is!
That was surreal.
That's not what we want to see.
No!
Oh my god.
Yikes. You bet. Sure. We don't need any more of these.
So it's sort of trying to condense some of the specific design features of HLS, and also the really important things like how important it is, Flight 12, towards HLS. Because as Ryan was saying earlier in the show today, they cannot be just, blowing ships over the Turks and Caicos, right? It's like they really need to get.
Well, they
this
can't this
thing
time.
down.
They've got a new trajectory. They're going to be blowing
True.
up over the Cayman Islands instead. So they're targeting a different British overseas territory this time around.
Point for you. but what I mean with this is that they cannot afford to really mess this thing up, right? And so this is the really important thing where it's like Flight 12 is really important for HLS to work on time. It's not that these challenges are never going to be solved, right? Because if there's a company out there that can solve really tough challenges, it's SpaceX. The problem is solving them on time to both beat the Chinese, because the US is in a race with China, whether I agree with that or not, it's a whole different thing. And then they're also in a race with Blue Origin as the contractor for the lunar lander for Artemis. So there's really this pressure for this mission to work. And of course, subsequent missions as well. But this one is sort of proving out new pad, new version of the ship, new version of the booster, new engines, right? It's like all new things. And this is why pretty much the entirety of the flight profile is by all means just like Flight 11, right? It's the same thing as we're seeing here, but with a new version. Like, let's see if the new things can repeat, and not only just repeat, but also make it better than the previous version, right? I really want to see a ship like Ship 39. Really, this is cool, right? I want to see that, and I want to see in the future that in the background at the bottom, there's like South Padre Island, right? Like that's the sort of thing, and it's approaching the tower and landing on the chopsticks, and that's going to enable them to be able to launch more frequently, which for refueling flights, it's a really important thing for Artemis, right? They need 15, 20 tankers or whatever. That is really important, and so that's the video, what the video is about. It's a very short video, much shorter than this answer.
We'll definitely be looking forward to that. I want to thank some people here while we got the chance. We got Nathaniel. Got a store message. See what you got. Looks like I got a patch. Patches are cool. Thanks for the years of coverage. Been here since early tank launching days. Well, thank you. Appreciate you sticking around and being with us. We've been witnessing so much history here. Got Jerwa. Hi, Jerwa. Jerwa with a $50 tip. Thank you, Jerwa. You're always very generous. We do appreciate all your support. Been around for a long time with us. Appreciate that. And hi, excited launch waving. Amaze. We got Jimmy with the store message. Looks like got a patch, if I'm reading this right. Cheers, NSF team. Go Flight 12. Yep, we're going to do our best for you. Blue Cashier 7736 with a $250 Euro super chat. How much taller can Starship and Super Heavy get before SpaceX increases the diameter? Has a wider spaceship been confirmed? I mean, way back in the way, this is like 4 years ago. Elon made one passing comment about an 18 meters ship, and I was waiting and waiting for that thing to die. Is it possible? I guess it is. Ryan, do you think they could go wider? Because that's going to mean changing all the infrastructure out. So I don't see it happening anytime in the near future.
I think an 18-meter starship is about as far away as, a permanent civilization on the outer moons of Neptune. I think it's going to happen, just not in the next, tangible future. I think it's going to be something far down the line. It also raises the point of like, how big do you need your big rocket to be? Because Starship can already loft a lot of stuff into space, and we're going to have off-world manufacturing, and very out of the scope of this show. But yeah, I think it will probably happen. A wider ship, a wider vehicle for that matter, but a long way in the future.
Sorry, guys, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So I think we've got some breaking news, don't we, Mr. Kevin? Coming up. Looks like we have some new notice to airmen, some NOTAMs that have come out. Ryan, what do you make of this?
Yep, so it looks like we have got some new air hazards for the aircraft, of course, starting on May 19th. So sticking with that May 19th date that SpaceX has been officially targeting now for 24 hours or so. I see this one is just between Cuba and Jamaica. So this is continuing to build out all of the different notices we have for the launch portion of flight. Because, of course, there are lots of different countries, lots of different airspaces that need to be closed off. Countries, of course, in their own domestic airspace, control those and put out the hazard areas. So it looks like more NOTAMs arriving for launch on May 19th, still looking at that 22:30 Universal Time launch window. So that's pretty exciting. More things targeting the 19th.
Very good. And we've got Luke, got a store message. See what you got. T-shirt, it looks like. Oh, yeah, cool T-shirts. Yeah, the merch from our store is just awesome, guys. It's not just that I'm pushing the merch. The quality of the stuff is just, it's great. Once you get it, the material, and they do a lot. Lindsay, and I know Doss gets involved with this, looking at the actual quality. We try not to put out garbage type, merch and, the shirts and the cups and things like that. And so you're listening from the UK. Appreciate that. We get folks from all over the world, and that's the cool thing about going down to Starbase. You get to meet people from all over the world that go down there. It's a pilgrimage. It's such a cool place to be. I think shout out to Jack, our good buddy. Put it as it's a music festival with rockets. It's just so chill and just amazing to go down there. We got Anonymous with a store message. Ooh, a heavy merch. Is that a hat? Hopefully, you don't need that too soon. Hello, NASA SpaceX flight. Now, how many Starship rockets are flying this launch day? Well, Ryan, I'm going to ask you this question. We have a launch coming up right after this, don't we?
We do indeed. We have CRS-34 coming up in 1 hour and 2 and a bit minutes time. And I'm going to be on that stream. So at this point, I'm going to bid everyone farewell, because I need to go and talk on that stream in 2 minutes time. Bye, everyone.
Very good, Ryan. We'll be looking forward to that. Again, that's going to be a cargo ship going back to the space station, so much looking forward towards that.
How long do I have to wait for?
Kevin's doing this on purpose.
The Queen Wave. Oh, so much fun. And we got Jeff Rowe. Thank you very much. Jeff, one of our regulars, gifting Red Team membership. So if you got that, please give Jeff a shout out there. Alex, some latest development maybe we can talk to. SpaceX has just bought property in Louisiana. Do we have any indication on what that is and what they could be doing with that?
Yeah, they're in that process right now. They confirmed yesterday that they are indeed looking towards that. They always have different options, and that one seems to be currently, at least publicly, the one that is furthest ahead, if you will, right? So we'll see what happens with that. Whether we'll put a camera or not, we'll think about that. Of course, I'm not speaking officially for NSF, but I will say that you know already how we roll, so I will not be surprised.
Yeah, that's for sure. And kind of going, you may have covered this earlier, and from Gengag Age. I apologize. About the flaps, hoping they survive better. Do you know if they've what improvements or what changes have gone into those flaps for Flight 12 and the version 3s?
As far as I know, they're pretty much the same. Like one of the many things that have not changed is the flaps. Their shape and structure and everything are very much the same. Their actuators have changed. That's a fancy thing that they added on the updates yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember now when it was. But SpaceX talked about that they simplified and also added redundancies on the actuators. But the flaps themselves, the actual thing that moves, it really hasn't changed that much. There is, for this flight, more tile tests, just like we saw for previous flights, where they have put many more test of tiles on the leeward side. So on the side that does not hit the plasma, basically. But other than that, they're very much the same. I don't expect them to be any sort of different in that sense.
Very good. Okay, we're coming near the end here. Just a quick question here,
Contributions.
Jasper wondering about Hawaiian shirts. I don't know. Our shop team is always working on new stuff, always cool stuff. They come out with things like the pins that came out recently. If you don't know about this, there's pins for every launch coming out now, some special ones out there, so you can collect them all. And on the Hawaiian shirts, I had a family get together. I bought all my family Hawaiian shirts. We went out to dinner and NSF Hawaiian shirts, and that was the bomb. So anyway, I would think that's going to be it for this countdown to launch. We thank you all for being here. First to Ryan, thanks for being here, Ryan. Looking forward to, and stay tuned for the coverage of CRS flight coming up here. It'll be on a separate stream. Empty chair. Yeah, invisible guy. Anyway, and Alex, always a pleasure. You're always great on these streams, always so knowledgeable, and thank you very much.
Yeah, and the drill. We'll keep doing this as we go. I believe tomorrow might hear you on a Raptor side, right? At 2 p.m. Central on Starbase Live. We'll also have that as well running 24/7. We'll probably have another count to launch a little bit closer to the launch as well. Friday, TFT, Flame Trench. That'll be a Starship special, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with the Raptor sites on Starbase Live, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central, unless something major is going on, we just get together. It's kind of a round table. We're sitting around talking rockets with you. We take your questions. Happy to have it's pretty much low key. A lot of times Chris Bergen will come on. He'll give you an update as far as what's been happening recently since the last one. So look forward to those. And again, shout out to our SBL ops and all our camera ops at all our streams. They do such a great job bringing you this stuff 24/7. We got our camera crews down there, Gage, Caesar, Max is down there, and Colleen that are getting preps ready. I mean, there's so much work happening behind the scenes for this stuff. And finally, I would be remiss if I don't. So shout out to my buddy, Kevin Michael Reed, for always producing these things. I don't know how you do it, dude, and when you sleep, but it's much, much appreciated.
We did have an observation. 343 unfolds to go.
It's orange. Water towers can fly.
Bingo! Right in the center.
Where's Jacqueline? There it is. That was surreal.
That's not what we want to see.
No. Oh my God.
Yikes, you bet. We don't need any more of these.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
That's not what we want to see.
No. Oh my God.
Yikes, you bet. We don't need any more of these.
Well, as you can see by the clouds in the background, the weather is rolling through, but there's a little bit of a blue sky starting to pop up. So whether we actually get a launch today is still yet to be seen, but fingers crossed in 56 minutes and 10 seconds, we will get that answer. And fingers crossed it'll be a good answer. We all want to see a launch today. Commercial resupply services number 34 for SpaceX is vertical at Slick 40 at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. And we are counting down to yet another Falcon 9 launch, something which is becoming a little bit of a rarity on the Space Coast these days, surprisingly. I'm sure that's something we'll be talking about over the next 55 minutes as well. My name is Ryan Caton. Thank you very much for joining us for yet another live stream today here on NSF as we bring you the live launch coverage with another audience member in the form of a bug flying in front of the official cameras here. Very useful. Thank you very much for that, official NASA cameras. But it's not just my voice you'll be hearing. Alongside me, also in the studio, not venturing out into this weather, and Sawyer, I don't blame you, Sawyer Rosenstein.
Yeah, Ryan, it's been very dry here in Florida. There's been a bunch of burns and fires, and then all of a sudden the rain decides to come right when SpaceX and NASA want to launch to the International Space Station both yesterday and today. Mother Nature can be kind and cruel at the same time, but hopefully they find a gap to get this thing to launch.
And someone who did venture out into the weather, not like they really had any other option, but someone who did venture out into the weather, D. Wise is joining us from the field.
Yeah, it is. I wish I could say a lovely day, but there are some spots of blue sky in the cloud, and it's better weather than yesterday. That's it's an achievement. Looking forward to hopefully, maybe, just maybe, having a launch this evening.
Fingers crossed. That's all we can do. Fingers crossed. Something you can do